Can we all just say, after you almost been gone completely almost all day, and you almost forgot because you were screwing yourself with your own videos, this is what happens when you completely forgot to do something, like, off the bat. Anyways, other than what just happened with that, like, several seconds ago, we are back for more action of who is better, driver versus. Last episode, we managed to do Richard Petty versus Kyle Busch because of the magical 200 that just happened. Oh, yes, off topic, sorry. Don't pay attention to this. Pokemon! Yes, big fan, don't ask why. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. But anyways, last episode, we managed to do Kyle Busch versus Richard Petty because of the magical 200. Richard Petty, based on stats, even though they're both in different eras, but they all comment of NASCAR, Richard Petty tends to be the better, higher number from the last time we did it. And now we're going to be comparing, which I've been hearing from quite some time. There's been talk, almost a little bit of discussion I saw, and now it is going to be answered. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. versus Austin Dillon. And they have, whatever, you know, competed. And, yeah. So I say, let's do this. Or whatever. Anyways, both Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse did both compete in the XFINITY series and in the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup series. Well, one of the differences that I will not be comparing is Austin Dillon actually ran the truck series than Stenhouse. So let's compare the XFINITY series. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 2011 versus 2012 versus Austin Dillon's 2012 versus 2013 XFINITY series seasons. Races: 67-66. Ricky Stenhouse 67, Austin Dillon 66. By one because they ran 34 races in 2011. Stenhouse 8 wins on that crazy 6-win season in 2012. Austin Dillon had 2. Both of them in 2012. Had a win was 2013. Top 5s. Ricky Stenhouse 35. Austin Dillon 29. Top 10s we have 52 for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 49 Austin Dillon. For poles, Stenhouse got 7. Austin Dillon 10. For laps led, Stenhouse 1,329, which is 1,329 laps. And Austin Dillon 1,043 laps. Average start 6.5 for Ricky Stenhouse, 6.2 for Austin Dillon. Average finish 8 for Stenhouse and 7.9 for Austin Dillon. That one was a close one, I'm not going to lie, when I was going through this. Not going to lie. Both 2011 and 2012 for Stenhouse were both championship years. Well, Austin Dillon did manage to win the Rookie of the Year in 2012. Wasn't a championship year, but he managed to come back and won the championship. Though he didn't get a win, but he was consistent enough to earn that Xfinity title in 2013. But in the comparison, both of them are Rookie of the Years. Stenhouse was 2010, but that was back then. And Dillon in 2012. So if you have to compare, like, from out of those 2 years from those two drivers, if you have to look from who was better during that time, from those years apart, you're gonna have to give credit to Stenhouse on the Xfinity side because of the more of those numbers. You have to think of that, you know. But here's the crazy catch, and this is where we're gonna jump into the Cup Series right here. Since now they are still currently competing both into the Cup Series, and they're both underrated. And yes, you can say, they're like this and that, too aggressive, all because of the grandfather helped his grandson to get the 3 back in, and all that. You could say whatever you want, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna give you what I got. So for races, Austin Dillon 180 and Ricky Stenhouse 179. And what was the difference from that? Because the one did not qualify for Stenhouse. He had one of them, and that was back in Talladega in 2014, and was in the fall during the chase. If you have to go back and look. Both of them do have 2 wins apiece. Stenhouse, both Daytona and Talladega in 2017. And Austin Dillon, 2017, the Coke 600. And the Daytona 500 the next season. Both of them have 11 top 5s during that time. Oh, I forgot to mention this. This is Stenhouse's first 5 years from the full time, 2013 to 2017, and Austin Dillon's 2014 to 2018. Forgot to mention that. So there it is. 2013-17 Stenhouse, 2014-18 Austin Dillon. So there you go. But anyway, let's get back to it. Alright, we said about the races, we said about the wins, the top 5s, and here are the top 10s. Austin Dillon has 34 top 10s than Stenhouse by like 8, which he has 26. Austin Dillon, 3 poles, and Ricky Stenhouse, 2 poles. One of them, if I remember this correctly, one of them was 2017, and it was at Talladega. I don't know what was the other one. If someone search that and put that in the comments for me, because I'm not entirely sure. Laps led, 101 for Austin Dillon, and 100 for Stenhouse by 1. Again. Crazy, right? 19.3 average start for Stenhouse, and a 17.7 for Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon, 18.1 average finish, and Stenhouse, 20.4 average finish. Both of them currently still don't have a championship, but it could change possibly this year because we may not know, and because of this new package that was going out. And because that one did not qualify, which I explained earlier, like a few minutes ago. Austin Dillon did not win Rookie of the Year in 2014. Kyle Larson did, because he was more consistent enough that year than Austin Dillon was. But Stenhouse did in the Rookie of the Year debate in 2013. Because I think there was like, I don't know who else also competed in the Rookie of the Year in 2013. I thought it was like, maybe Josh Wise or something. I know it was Danica. I know that for sure, and Stenhouse. Back then, Stenhouse was better during that time. So, here's the craziest thing. So, Stenhouse, from the 2011-2012, compared to Austin Dillon's 2012-2013, he's more better from the stat-wise. But it's hard to compare with the 5 years in the Cup side, as of right now, that Austin Dillon is way better than Stenhouse. It's hard to compare that because of the stats as of right now. And of course you can criticize whatever, Austin Dillon, whatever, or Stenhouse, whatever. I mean, we all have our opinions on who is better and whatnot. But I'm just going off by stats on who is the better. Who's a better driver from that side. So, yeah. So, there you go. There's your stats. Right there. With the comparison of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. versus Austin Dillon. And if you have any more requests, please feel to put it down in the comments. I'd like to take some challenges who I'd like to compare to. And it could be any series, any racing series wise. IndyCar, Formula 1, NASCAR. Try to name a few. Come on, hit me up with something, you know, and I'll try to write down and compare who's better and whatnot. So, but anyways, that's another episode for today. I hope you all enjoyed the second episode of this Who is Better Driver Versus, and we hope we'll continue with more action here of this series. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!